hop in. I think the GM is still on break, but we will go back and see what's everyone thinking. Alright, we're back, everybody. I think you're on mute, Brian. Unless, can you guys hear me? I can't hear you guys.
Yeah, you're fine.
There we go.
But it sounded like you were having a conversation with yourself slightly earlier.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't there for earlier, but I'm here now. I apologize for if I'm late. So the wife is coming home.
Okay.
Did everyone get the picture of the symbol that Larry was talking about? I downloaded it.
The one that looked like a starfish.
So just in case, yeah.
How much?
How much?
How much time has passed since we've been talking?
Like an hour.
I hate to interrupt, guys.
Please.
But this is in character. But there is one of the most powerful leaders of the world about to be assassinated tonight, and we're standing here talking about future events. If he gets assassinated and one of the other warmongering countries takes his place, it could throw off the balance that we're trying to restore, and it can make our lives a lot worse. I think we need to take care of this immediate threat.
Take care of it? Didn't Lanu go to take care, send someone to take care of it?
We don't know that. All we know is he whispered into someone's ear. We should probably investigate this. That's our job, is to make sure that our mission is a success, and this can affect our mission greatly.
So where does this happen?
I suspect it's here.
It's here. He's coming here tonight. Or somewhere from his boat or wherever he's arriving to get here.
So currently, just a reminder, if I had not stated previously, when Crisis arrived in Alana's meeting chambers, he literally greeted you in a small meeting room that was where most of the meetings with McCullough, his brother, had occurred. It is not a large room. It is not where a dinner would be held for a large number of dignitaries. This room seated about 12 people max.
Did Ursus and Interest tell us everything they overheard?
Well, now they can.
Oh, sorry, who was with Indris? No name.
George was with Indris.
Did George and Indris tell us everything they heard then?
I'm sorry, no name. You're going to be referred to as George.
To some degree.
Well, he hasn't responded to it.
Because if Jadir hadn't already, he passes on the information about running into Rose to everyone who wasn't here earlier. And just mentions that she was transporting a personage of Lorne to some meeting and had invited us to dinner here tonight at midnight.
Not just of Lorne, but of who else?
I thought she was with the Eastern Territories.
Yes, so who else of the Eastern Territories? It was not just Lorne. She said 2 others.
Yes, but she didn't mention their name.
Oh, yes, she did.
Oh, Haven? Isn't Haven part
or
of?
at least she noticed that she notated their cities.
Okay. Because they were part of those areas I didn't. But one was Haven, one was Lawn. And if you make me use Total Recall to remember the third one, I will.
All right. So use your total recall. The other was the quote unquote leader of wisdom.
King Hafton?
I didn't. There was never a name associated. All
Yes,
she
but
said.
I've met the leader of wisdom.
All she said was the leader of wisdom.
The reason I mention this is whilst I think it's probably got nothing to do with it, you said that there was a Lawn person insinuated into the Eastern Territorian group by the Middle Kingdom Westerners.
I said the assassin group is from Lorne.
Ah, okay, is that what it was?
And that was not actually shared, but
Yeah, it
yes.
was.
Oh, okay.
He did. He called them the Ones.
Yes,
That's what perked Alanu's interest.
absolutely. You're right.
We need to take care of this before we can have this conversation, which is not time sensitive. We've already wasted an hour speculating on 4 symbols in a book.
Could they have used the Lawnian entourage
Sorry,
to
Larry.
insinuate
Sorry, yeah.
I know,
the
he's
assassin?
looking at.
Whatever. 4 symbols in the book. Who the hell cares?
Yep.
Yeah, but I thought you were talking about the Emperor of the Western Empire. He's not coming here, is he?
Yes,
he is.
He is. Tonight.
They're all
Who the hell
meeting
said
you
that?
tonight.
Nobody the hell said that. That's why I'm bringing this up again.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, when I told them that we'd been invited to the dinner, Alano explained that they were having a trade meeting to try and reach
Right.
peace.
And Victor, you
because it was
mentioned
betraying amongst all
And
these
Thomas
people.
was
and
going to be here at midnight.
I did not mention that Thomas was going to be there at midnight. I never said that.
You
Yeah.
actually did say that
What?
Yeah, that's why we
She
started
said-
talking
Yeah,
about the
you did.
assassination.
Never.
Cool. If I
At no
slipped up
time
and
did
said
I ever
something
hear
that
him say
I
it,
had no
Thomas.
intention of doing, but okay. Emperor Thomas is supposedly showing up at midnight. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you
Nice.
said that
You did say
the
it.
Western Empire.
We might have a whole new
Alano said the
situation.
Western Emperor would be here for the trade agreement tonight.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
who said
if
it.
I said that, then there you go. I've said that. You better bleep and take care of the assassin before the Emperor shows up.
Is
That's why I
is
was
it
like,
possible-
why are we talking about these 4 stupid symbols that could be speculating for years?
Four
Because I thought
words. It's only
Alano was
one
taking
symbol.
care of it in his own house. But has anyone thought
I've
that
got your symbol right here. No, I'm just kidding.
if they wanted to sneak an assassin in, it would be really logical for them to get someone, if they're from Lorne, into the Lorne person's entourage.
Oh, but yeah, wouldn't you call upon a Lornian Guard or the Red Brigade or one of the Mistoan Knights, maybe, to, be the bodyguard for the ambassador?
So should we talk to Rose about the Lornian ambassador that she's escorting,
How do
and
we
just
know?
sorely check out her group, or his group, or her group, whatever?
How do we know Rose isn't in on it?
I really doubt that.
Yeah, she just looks shocked.
How do we know it's not a changeling? I've heard about Walru.
Yeah, and the Empress of Lopan, that's been an issue before.
I think we should make sure security is higher than what it is. Because something's about to go down and people aren't taking it seriously. Not
Can we
saying
ask
saying us, but I'm saying outside of it. We should
Should we see what Alanu's doing before we take off? Like, ask him what he's got in place, since we've already told him he's obviously done something.
We look at Alanu.
Alanu, after stating that the Emperor of the Western Empire was going to show up, suddenly, like, shut his mouth and ran out of the room.
Someone wasn't supposed to say something.
Are we actually supposed to be at dinner then? Or
It's
are
at
we just
midnight.
here? Well,
What time is it?
It is 10:30 at night, according to someone who has timekeeping. Oh, I'm sorry. No one has any effing idea. Since there's no air warlocks in the group.
I'm assuming that the people would turn up before the dinner and mingle for a while first. Should we maybe go and try and find Rose, or?
You already hear noises coming from the general area of the central
Wait, are they asking what time it is?
location. Yeah.
I dig into my bag, pull out something that's, I don't actually pull it out, just look at it. I think, what time is it, by the way, GM?
10:30.
I think it's about 30 minutes past 10 o'clock. And he puts down his bag again.
Well, would you like
What was
to?
that you just looked at? Can I see?
he's got an air warlock in his bag. Cybernos is kind of small.
No, I thought I heard something. So, what was that?
It's the gnome. He wants freedom.
Xerxes, I'm sorry, but I don't think that he's keeping a living being inside that bag. So, what was it?
I thought the pressing matter here is the death of some dignitary.
Right. So, answer my question. We can go back to that.
You were saying, Dread Knight?
I was just going to say, I look at my arm and I say, well, it looks like it's a freckle past the hair. For me.
Oh my god. Jadir offers. Harry, was it? Larry. Larry, would you like to come and reacquaint
I'm
yourself
Harry.
with Rose?
He's Larry.
And I'm Francis!
Oh, that's beautiful.
The rest of us, maybe we should mingle and see if we can find anyone who's maybe in disguise or not who they seem to be.
What's this mingle you speak of? And
Where
how do
is the room?
Is that where all the food is out there, where you walk around tasting
Oh,
different bits off
food.
the
Okay.
table?
I'll see
And,
y'all later.
Apparently,
If anyone
Where?
smells wrong, just let
Ursus,
us
give
know.
me a smell roll.
Is that a 20 or 100?
100.
GM, this was why I was asking intelligence on the.
I understand. I wasn't arguing. It was just more hilarious to let it run.
Okay.
It wasn't that I didn't agree that you had a more intelligent solution.
Okay.
It was just more fun. Let it go.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back in and see if I can use intelligence on people while they're doing their thing.
And I can
Go for it.
I can track by smell at 98%.
And you got a 90?
You got a
No.
53.
Oh, yeah, 53. Holy crap. Yeah, you are definitely heading towards something.
Did you want me to roll
So-
it or no?
Yeah,
Since
no.
apparently I'm off on my own and being ignored and nobody wants to tell me whatever timepiece that was, I'm going back to the kitchens and I'm going to find out what's being poisoned since that's the most obvious to me.
Oh, man.
That is good.
I give her
start
thumbs up
using
as she
my,
goes to the kitchen.
She doesn't say anything to No Name, so there's no possibility of a thumbs up.
I understand, but
I give you two
still.
thumbs down.
If I see the fairy leave, I'll ask her what she's up to because we, you know.
All right, so give me a perception roll. Nice. You don't have any bonus perception, really?
Most people don't.
Probably. Hang on.
Because
You
all
guys
you
need
need
to
is
read the
plus
rules
one.
about. You guys need to read the
So
rules
12.
about perception. There's other bonuses just other than intelligence.
yes, no, but there's a base perception bonus that I've given people. So
Can I grab Larry and bring him with me?
You can attempt to grab Larry.
I'm like, Larry, come with
Up
me.
to Larry if Larry wants to go with you.
AKA, Larry, I'm trying to include you.
And he puts his stuff in his bag, and he's okay. I will go. This is not really
Wow, you're
my
going to go with the
expertise.
least trusted person. This is hilarious. I
Least
love this.
trusted?
This is
Where
perfect.
did this come from?
This is perfect. I love this.
He's a mental dead boy.
It came from Jadir. Jadir is totally questioning whether or not Larry should be here.
I know.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant me. I was like, what?
Yeah,
what?
no. I meant.
Jadir stopped questioning as soon as Oxy
I'm
said.
fine with him. As soon as
Anyways,
Well, he's got a magical
the two
haversack.
of you go together. That's great. I'm glad.
Xerxes
I
is happy
will
not
deal
to sleep
with you
within my
two
trust.
separately.
Jadir huffs out his chest and says, "Fine then, Harry, Larry, whatever your name is, don't accompany me to talk to Rose."
Yeah, and you go
Thank you,
off,
Father.
go
Yes,
talk,
if I
talk
sleep
to
with them, they're
Rose, and
totally
you
trustworthy.
find that Rose is no longer where she
No problem.
was. Rose
I was
has
in amongst.
literally disappeared, Jadir.
She's not in the building with the other
Yeah,
guests.
absolutely not in the building.
I asked the doorman if he has seen her enter.
He's like, oh, she went to the dinner.
But isn't the dinner here?
The dinner is there. And he points.
I look to where he's pointing.
There's a wall directly where he's pointing to.
Yeah, this is
Okay,
the entrance
there's-
to the house.
He's like, it is in the outside gathering area. It's in the center of the gardens.
Thank you. I go and call out to whatever crisis members are still there. I'm guessing I didn't notice the fairy leaving by the sounds of it.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I find whatever crisis members I can and say, dinner's outside, apparently. I'm going out to talk to Rose if anyone wants to come.
Interestingly enough, when you look for Rose, you cannot find her anywhere outside.
I ask a few of the servants. No one's seen her?
No one's seen her.
I go looking for Indris or Xerxes to tell him that Rose has gone missing because they're the party leaders, sort of, and looking really worried.
All right, I'll
Look
get back to you.
for the lore.
I'll get back to that.
Alright, never mind.
Meanwhile, No Name, you went where?
We're going into the main
Who's
room
we?
where it's Larry,
we?
Ursus, and I.
Okay, Larry, Ursus, and you
Yep.
are going where?
To the room where the party's going to happen. Ursus is inspecting the food, it sounds like.
The room is outside, and so you're going outside.
Yep.
Okay, I'll get back to you guys.
Because, right, that's where the
Xerxes
food is,
and Xerxes, Indris, and Hannah.
I
You told me to wait.
I understand. So this is where I'm getting back to you, but Xerxes, but Indris spoke
Deal with
first.
them. I have to wait for when you get back to Jadir.
Indris spoke first, so Indris.
do you have a spare dagger, Xerxes?
Xerxes, you may.
I absolutely
I'm
have
assuming
spare
that
daggers.
Xerxes
Mind
Indris.
if I borrow it for 10 seconds? 15 seconds.
Just bring it back. Try not to kill anyone with it.
Oh, you hand it over. I cast Holy Weapon on it to detect evil. This will turn black if
I'll
anything
get back
evil
to you.
comes
I'll get
alive.
back to you, Xerxes.
He looks in like, great. Hey, hand this to someone else because I have this, and he points at the armband.
No problemo. Does that turn black when bad guys come near us?
Red.
Red, okay. I can take this dagger to my forehead.
Well, maybe don't walk into a dinner of dignitaries from multiple nations with an open dagger in your hand.
That's what I said. I could tape it to my forehead.
I hear they frown upon that in some societies.
However, actually, what I might do is I might get a plate of food and actually put it on the table in front of everybody so everyone can see it.
You do realize for you that looks like a sword.
Yeah.
My previous statement about the dagger goes double for swords.
Aw. I have no etiquette skills. I'm trying to save someone's life here.
I'm sorry, that was coming kind of hilarious considering how many times you've had to be perfectly, etiquetely wonderful and have passed.
Just something I picked up. They tend to frown upon this.
And that
So if
you're
I
getting
lived out there
told about etiquette from a fucking minotaur.
So you can't say I can't run out there and plunge it into the table and say something like, "He who draws this from this table shall be the king of the party."
Well, technically, you're the leader and you just shoved it in there, so I'm pretty sure you can get it back out again.
No, I don't know if I'll be able to shove it through a table, though.
Do you want help?
That would be nice.
Okay, but I don't really think he's going to appreciate it when we destroy his furniture.
Yeah, actually, that's true. I might just lay it there on the table so people can see it.
If we're going to lay my dagger on the table, I'd really prefer it not be used by some random assassin coming by going, "Oh, look, we can frame Crisis. Let's take Xerxes' dagger."
It will turn black if he comes near it.
Well, yes, but if we're going to go looking for Rose and a bunch of other people, we won't be in the room to see it.
Yes, but that's why we tell them. These guys need protection against whatever's coming for them.
Quick, hold this sword. It'll turn black at the minute evil shows up.
Yes.
We sound like crazy people.
Evil stabs them. Oh, wow, it turned black.
We are crazy people. Know that.
You know, I thought I was joking when I said we were the holy misfits of the gods, but no, we really are.
We really are.
Oh my god. Really, this is what you guys have come up with? Wow.
Hey, I'm just not being allowed to do anything, so.
Oh, no. Don't.
I can't think of any other. I can't think of any other early warning system that I can do.
I have an armband that turns red. It really does. It works.
The fairy came up with a really good early warning system, and all of you ignored it. Just to FYI.
I'm walking away.
I'm going to take the dagger and put it gently back in my sheath. I'm like, let's just leave that there.
It'll be like it for a day. Yeah, 24 hours.
It's fantastic. When we get on this ship, I'll stab it into a piece of wood. That doesn't involve murdering anyone. Wait, I can't stab it into a piece of wood. Because then I'll hit Rogan.
You do realize that evil.
You do realize how problematic this dagger has now become?
Not evil supernatural creatures can't pick it up.
Well, then I've clearly passed some test.
Yes, I know, but say if Bishop Rose comes back possessed, and she goes.
Well,
to pick that
they've already turned Ondamira possessed with one spirit. Hey, you know what? If she gets close and she's possessed and the spirit's evil, my armband will glow. And if it doesn't glow, then I'll check the dagger. And if it's black, well, we had a problem.
So Chris, I apologize at this point. I realize I'm revealing too much from my camera, and I have gone mute on my camera because I think I give too much away.
But the thing is if we leave it on the table...
That is not because I'm trying to screw the whole broadcast.
Evil supernatural being can't pick it up. So if she was possessed, she wouldn't be able to pick it up and stab by Thomas.
We can always test it. I'm just worried that someone's kidnapped
I'm
Rose.
fine with that. If you want to go kill Thomas, I'll watch.
Didn't she say she took precautions against that so it couldn't happen again? They'd have to, like, completely replace it.
Ondamira did.
Not Rose.
Oh, sorry, yes, you're right.
My bad. Probably should have pointed that out. Hey, Hannah?
You realize she's nowhere to be seen.
We've been arguing about a dagger. Do you have any ideas?
She's gone.
Hannah's not in the same room. And at some point, I might actually get to complete what I was working on.
So we've lost Rose and we've lost the fairy. You realize how exponentially crappy this situation has already gotten.
And trust me, Greg, I have not been ignoring you.
I know. I know you haven't. I've been letting this run because,
No, but that's like the third time you've made this statement. So I just want to let you know. I have not forgotten.
What's important, Randall? Jerky?
We need to find out where our people are.
Hey, no name. I just want to make sure you're clear on all of this.
Clear on. Did you send me something?
Yeah, in Roll20.
Sorry, just realized. Blank was. What was?
It's okay.
Can you track?
It's okay. I just wanted to make you understand that this was the case.
That I said. You mean that I caught you on saying something you weren't meaning?
No, just that I think that I've done it more than just you. So I'm like bowing out of camera because I think that gives away too much for a few.
Are you looking at books or something?
No, I'm just I just think that I've been giving away too much on my own personal reaction on camera.
Oh, no, you're not.
Is my statement. Well, no, I think I did.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at your camera. Most of the time, we're not even looking.
Some other people I think were, and I think I was giving away too much, so that's why I muted my camera.
Okay. Is it going to be off all night?
I think I was giving away too much.
Quick, Chris, rewind it so we can see what it was.
Yeah.
You can go back and watch it, actually, because
I'll go back and watch later and see if that's true, but that's my own personal impression considering the reactions. So, so that being said, Hannah, you had decided that you were going to go inspect food.
Yep.
So first give me a pro roll. Because I need to know if anyone saw you.
That's a success by 22.
By 2%.
22.
No, by 2. Because the penalty was 20. So that's close, but yes, absolutely. You were not seen in this kitchen. And be glad I wasn't 25 because I had considered 25, but I decided 20. So,
well, the answer is no one ever looks up. I mean,
yeah. So no one ever looked up. However, that means that you're looking at things from up. So I'm going to ask you for 4 cooking rolls. And a minus 20% on all of them because you're not actually touching them. You're above them. And you're smelling them and getting the impressions thereof.
May I point out that I'm a professional cook?
I understand.
Would that make it less?
I understand. That's actually why it's only 20 and not 50.
Okay. I'm fine with it being 20 then.
Had you not been professional, I would have been in 50. Nice. Nice. Oh, ouch. Okay. So you understand that 3 out of the 4 are definitely not poisoned. And you can share that information. Now, whether or not the actual poisoned food is the 3rd course is not something you know. But
was I able to recognize that I might have missed something on the 3rd course, or
no, because it wasn't close enough.
No, what I mean was, did I lose track of what was happening, and everything I saw was fine, or
you know that 3 out of the 4 courses are definitely safe, and you're not sure about the 3rd. That's what you know.
Then I'm going to try and sneak closer and use and recognize poison on that 3rd one.
Minus 50%.
Okay. On the prowl or on the
on the success on the forget the prowl.
No.
Sorry.
I'm going to.
However, you failed enough that you know that you're really not sure about that third course.
I'm going to take a sample of the third course out to the rest of them and say, if I die, then you know that it's the third course. I can't do that?
Now you need to give me a pro roll.
All right.
At a minus 25%.
Only?
Yeah.
It's a fairy.
It's a fairy.
And it's damn fast. That's creepy
and
fast.
it's
Andrew, can you turn
ridiculously
your
fast.
camera
It
off
can
and on
also
again?
be 50. Oh shit.
Plus 25 makes it 100.
Someone sees you.
Am I able to successfully snag some of it as I run?
This is the question. This will be a straight 20 roll between you and me.
Fly your little ass off.
Yeah, I think I just screwed up.
See. Yep.
I'm gonna use a luck point.
Please do beat a 14. Nope.
I'm gonna use my second luck point.
Yep.
Can't you just say, "Oh, it just looks so good. I wanted to steal some before the party"?
Not when they call him a flighter mouse. Get it, kill it.
Or
That's my two. If anybody wants to give me another one, but I can't use any more this game.
Okay, you can have one of mine.
Craig. Oh, yes! You definitely succeed. So, Indras, take off 1. Craig, please take off 2.
Already
This is
done.
honor system. I just don't check this shit. But please.
Yeah, the delay in me rolling was me actually getting it saved with the 2 minus. So.
All right. So, you get away. You try it.
Well, I take it to where the others are, and I say, if this kills me, because I was thinking of trying it there, but then I realized if I tried it there and died, nobody would know.
Right.
So I'm going to take this to where everybody else is, and before they can stop me, say, if this kills me, it's poison. It's the third course, and then eat it.
So you take this in front of Indris and No Name,
and
Ursus.
And Larry.
And Larry. So there are 4 people. 3 of them definitely have crisis. 1 of them maybe, maybe not. And you eat it, and you're still fine.
Oh, I'm dying! I'm dying!
No, you're not.
Just kidding. Sorry. No, it's fine.
Oh, I must send him on to the next one.
I believe in fairies. I believe in fairies.
Meanwhile, the first course is currently being served.
Ooh, first course. Let me get some of that.
Do I see the dignitary or the emperor?
You actually see the emperor taking, sitting down and taking a bite.
Intelligence roll. I never got my intelligence roll before this.
All right, so give me an intelligence roll.
Okay.
Actually, can I take a step back on this one?
No, give me a second. Let me finish with him.
Well, it's something that probably precedes all of this.
I understand, but I'm just going to state that he made a big deal, so I'm going to give him that.
Success.
Is that below your intelligence?
Yep.
That is definitely Emperor Thomas.
No, this is to see who doesn't belong. Who's nervous, who's out of place, who's acting weird.
Did you succeed by 20%?
Yep.
Okay, I'll get back to you then. Ursus, go ahead.
Ursus is out there, and he's still hungry. Not as hungry, but still hungry. He's had a couple pigs. He sees all this food and is just enamored. And being his usual unsocial like self, he's like, "Ooh, food!" And the last time one of these big gatherings was there, it was a free for all. So he's just like randomly, "Ooh, that looks good. Let's try some of that. Ooh, there's something. Let's." So he's going, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And trying all these little bits and pieces and everything.
Okay.
Anything he eats, does it give him some weird indigestion?
So give me a percentage die.
Well, this next guy, you know him, you love him.
Because you will have sampled from the Western Empire thing. No. Nothing registers in any way, shape, or form.
Because
I get it. I'm picturing it perfectly. Basically, what happens is Ursus starts grabbing shit off other people's plate.
Well, he's a bear wandering around just eating off people's plates. It's like nobody's going to stop him, and they're going to say, "Hey, whose pet is this?"
Yeah. And then he just starts wandering. And so far, nothing has damaged you in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, because I will notice it may not
you
damage
would die.
me. Well,
if you have poison,
normal stuff doesn't do anything to me.
Yep, right.
It would
Victor?
probably be some kind of indigestion. Be like, ooh, that's
no.
not
I'm loving the image. I'm actually really loving the image.
Nothing in particular, and he continues on around.
All right.
I mean, he's not the wisest.
So back
but
to No Name, who was trying to analyze this situation. What you tasted did not have any issues.
Okay.
Either of you. So back to No Name. Chris?
Yeah, I'm here. I thought you were going to say something.
Back to you.
Okay. Well, I succeeded.
Yeah.
And you're going to
doing?
tell me?
Well, he was looking for people who look out of place.
Yeah,
and, you said
and so far you have not found actually...
You said I did.
Roll? Shit.
It was...
43. What's your skill?
Okay.
It beat it by the penalty Xerxes that Victor had mentioned.
Yeah. Okay. So, you see two people that do not fit. One in the Eastern group, one in the Western group.
And you can, because this says, in intelligence, you can pick them out that they do not belong.
You pick two definite people out.
Okay. Is, what's his face in here?
You don't recognize anyone. Because you have not dealt with any of these people personally.
Well, didn't you say, what's his name? The Eleron or...
Alanu.
Alanu is there?
Alanu's fine.
No, he's there, right?
Yes.
I tell Alanu, I say, those two, they don't belong.
He stops. He shouts, "Stop everything!" And he looks at you directly. You, in your current form, hooded, basically just eyes, hardly recognizable. And he looks at you and says, "Tell me again." Who?
And
point directly at them.
I point directly at them.
And guards come. The Western Empire person that is picked out submits to arrest. The person that is picked out on the eastern side, give me a 20-sided die roll, straight out. You or I, whoever rolls higher.
Okay.
Good luck. Oh shit. being a 9.
Oh, no.
Shit! Oh no! Oh.
Is this? Can I do a simultaneous attack or something?
No, it's a luck point or nothing.
Oh, is this me or is this someone like who's
This
acting right now?
This is you.
Oh, this is me acting. Okay.
Totally go for the luck point.
Sacrifice the luck point for no name.
Does he not have any?
He doesn't have any, dude.
I haven't.
Then he can have
here
mine.
long.
Got any either.
I don't know.
I'll give him.
So what's the
Chris,
new
roll
process?
again. I'll donate.
Okay.
Brian, how many you got?
I got 4.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do I have
Well,
a
each
negative?
of us can only use 2 per. Each of us can only use 2 per session anyway. So
Just a straight
Well, he can't
d20.
roll less. Yep.
Which just means
Are you kidding?
Roll again.
roll it again.
Again.
Can't roll less than a 7.
Roll it
It
again.
has to be an 8 or higher.
There you go.
Like that.
So, Ryan, you only lose 1.
I'm not worried about that. I fairly convinced this is one of those critical moments.
Yeah. And he looks as if he's going to escape, and suddenly other people come over and capture him. And Alanu speaks up at this point. He says,
Can I bow to the Emperor?
"You can.
Okay.
Crisis just saved his life.
You can."
Hey, Victor?
Yes.
So, while everybody is distracted and looking at the people who are being taken out, I'm checking the Emperor's food to see if it looks exactly the same as the dish I saw prepared.
Please go ahead.
Any stated negative or?
Nope, just give me straight. I'm like anything.
That's a 45, and that's
Yeah.
half.
You actually discover that the Emperor's food is particularly poisoned.
The Emperor's dish has been poisoned!
And Alanu smiles and says, "It has come to my attention that there are agents that wish that this peace talk never occur. These people are excused," and he points at 6 different people. And honestly, some of those are those that Crisis excused, and some of them aren't.
Is the Lornian dignitary sent away?
Actually, both of the Lornian dignitaries are sent away. Interestingly enough, and you guys need to thank me for my roles. Because, oh my god.
Oh, of the 6, was the Byzantium dignitary sent away?
Both of the Byzantium dignitaries were sent away.
Judea pipes up and says, "Oh, good one, Hannah. And has anyone seen Rose? She seems to be missing."
And at that statement, Alanu Groff says, "And I thank especially the Bishop Rose for employing not only herself, but others of the priesthood to verify the dishes that we served this evening." He smiles and he says, "We will reconvene in 24 hours. Please do not think that anything shall get by any of us. For if you personally are involved in any plot to distort in any way these peace talks, you will be excused from your fucking table." He walks away.
Xerxes chuckles a little too loudly. I'm pretty sure it's the first time someone said fucking to the Emperor.
Can Did Rose make an appearance then?
Rose has not made an appearance, even when she was acknowledged.
She's been incommunicado on purpose.
Can I run up to Alanu and get a quick word in?
As soon as you run up to Alanu, he says, "Not now. It will ruin the impression."
I, sort of shuffle to a stop, take a couple of steps back, whistling.
So does this mean dinner's over or what?
Yes, dinner's over.
Damn it!
No.
And
actually, interestingly enough, dinner just starts. And I'm serious. Anything that you had ever requested to eat on has been arrived.
I find the nearest other crisis member or members, hopefully, and say, hang on, if Rose has personally checked everything, then how did that really poisonous dish make it to the Emperor?
Because it wasn't poison in the kitchen.
Is it?
So has it been removed now?
When things calm down, is there a way to whisper to Alana?
Actually, I'm more inclined to give a little more to Shadir's inquiry than yours, and sorry, no name, but that's more along where I'm looking for.
Can I ask a small question?
Please.
Is it possible for Xerxes to just bow to the Emperor?
If you try to...
I don't try to get very close. I just try to bow so that he can see it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I'm pretty sure no one, even with the dignitaries, still want a Minotaur nearby.
You were not discouraged.
So, Hannah's doing an airborne happy dance.
So,
and I'm glad Hannah's doing an airborne.
So there's absolutely no way to talk to Alanu at all?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you just did.
All I said was that the initial conversations were shut down.
Okay.
He sort of stormed off, so...
Do I recognize any northern hinterland folk?
Ooh, good question. Give me a percentage die. What is that against what you're rolling? And what are you rolling against?
You said percentage die.
I understand, but what are you rolling against?
Is anyone speaking northern? I speak.
Okay. Give me, what are you rolling against then? Is that a 98?
Yeah, it's my native language.
All right. So there are 3 people speaking northern surreptitiously amongst the group. And they don't think that they're recognized because they're humans in that area.
Which area?
Within the nobles.
Oh. Well, I go up, sit down, and say, in northern, loudly, "Hey guys, I wonder if they got any Calruck served tonight."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And
really?
I turn to a waiter and say...
Big 17-foot bear turns to a waiter and says...
I want your haggis!
Calruck to this table right now. Elanu said I could get requested, and I'm requesting...
All right, give me a percentage die. Roll low. That's not low enough. You find yourself served. No one's around you.
Where'd they all go? Fine, I'll eat it by
It
myself.
was serious. You missed by like 3%.
Ah.
All you needed was 54 or below, dude. It's killing me. That was really, really a great attempt. I've given you a massive XP for the attempt. That was nice. Anyone else want to make a brave attempt to save or curse this entire?
Actually, you know what?
No, you're done.
Oh, I was gonna
I'm
use a luck
sorry.
point.
No, seriously, you're done.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if they're serving the braided French bread.
Yes, they actually serve the British French bread, and that's a problem. And there's a whole lot of people mad at a whole lot of people.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not.
Wow, you just threw off all the peace talks.
No, I'm not. But actually, the peace talks could be saved.
I sent you a tell.
Jeez. Give me a percentage. No name.
Okay.
Larry.
Yes.
Oh my God. Larry, give me a straight percentage.
Guys, is it? Oh, I'm just talking to the group. Is it okay if I have that note from?
Yes. I love it. I love the fact that you failed on most of it, but that you succeeded on one. This is going to be fun. All right. So no name. You found yourself pulled by a certain group. Larry, you find yourself pulled by a completely different group. Anyone else?
What note were you referring to, Chris?
I'm not referring to anything.
No, I am.
Just
the note, because I was doing research for.
Hey, Chris.
What?
You just need to shut up now.
No, this was previously. I'm
No,
asking if I still have it.
I understand, but I'm going to just tell you to shut it down. For a reason. So, Craig.
Yeah.
Where's Hannah going? This has just completely blown up.
What, people are seriously pissed right now?
Yeah, no, everyone is pissed.
Well, then Hannah's still up in the air doing her happy dance.
Okay. Jadir?
So has Jadir observed that the poison food has been removed?
Yeah.
He's going to ask Larry if he may look at that second book and find somewhere quiet he can sit down with one eye on the Emperor and have a bit of a look at it, see if it can jog his memory, use total recall, etc., of anything that he might have seen in his researches in the past months.
So, Larry, what is your decision here?
He's welcome to come sit with me.
Which book are you talking about? The book of poems?
The one with the starfish-like symbol in it, etc.
Like the one that was pulled from the Library of Credia in Credia?
Yeah.
Yes, this book is meant for you. Normally I wouldn't. This is an old book, and you need to take very much caution with making sure it is preserved. But this book is for you. I feel that it's meant for you, so I do hand it over.
I'm gonna kick your ass, Larry.
As a as a librarian by trade.
No, it's awesome. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Just you can't do this again. This is the single character that you've given ultimate power to.
But the books are for them, but I do
understand.
Need this book back.
You've just wow.
Can I, whilst I'm sitting here, like I said, one eye on the Emperor just to keep an eye on him, but can I now use my total recall to see if I remember that symbol?
Hi. Jadir, take what you've got, shut the F up, and run away.
make a running movement away to my quiet spot and sit down.
There's my hint. Yeah.
I have to go with her. So
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
with
Yeah. Larry is now non-accessible for the rest of you.
I'm sorry, Xerxes.
Holy crap.
The person I'd actually like to talk to is not the Emperor, but
that's okay. Indris?
Yes.
You have what's left.
Of what?
Of the situation.
Well, I don't believe that they only have one thing attempting to kill the Emperor, so Xerxes is walking around the garden, I'm doing Sea Aura, I'm wandering around too, Sea Aura against visibly.
So I don't care about what Xerxes is doing, I care about what you're doing. Please tell me what you're doing.
I'm casting Sea Aura and then walking around the garden seeing if there's anything.
Okay. Give me a percentage die, please. Against your Sea Aura. A single success. Yeah. So you're walking around like a dunce. Have a nice day.
Hey, I can see visible and see through.
Yeah, have a nice day.
You keep looking in the wrong direction.
I know. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. That's a bad timing of a 98, dude. I'm really sorry.
Welcome to a slapstick comedy.
Yeah.
Why didn't Jadir have to roll earlier?
Oh, he did.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi. We have Ursus.
Yes. This Colric is delicious. What's up?
It's a good pig.
Colric. Not
Give me a
pig.
percentage.
Come on, move, you stupid thing. 2%.
Beautiful.
2%.
Beautiful. Okay, so as you are tasting many pigs along the way, you find that all of the pigs served to the Western Empire have a taint upon them.
Taint.
There is something very off. There is poison in it. All of the Western Empire pigs served to them. What do you do?
I know this is something kicks, and I know I'm socially awkward or lack of social skills, period.
Yes.
But something tells me not to scream this out. Just something. And I look up and I look for the rest of Crisis. Who's the first I see?
All right. So in this case, this comes back to the previous roles. So that would be Scott.
Wouldn't it have to be Hannah if he looks up and is in the western area?
Yeah. Scott, Hannah, Jadir.
Not Jadir.
Not Jadir.
Jadir and the monk are often Never Never Land reading the book.
No, I'm within view of the Emperor.
Yeah. So, crap. That leaves... Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. Give me both rolls.
Perception or?
Yeah, just straight percentage. Just
2%?
Over 60%, for gosh sakes.
Under or over?
Over.
Percent rolls, right?
Yep.
D100s.
Yeah.
You're starting to slur things a little.
Okay. Sorry. Roll a percentage above 1d100 as a 60% roll.
Okay, I got a 52 and a 42.
There you go.
This is where I would surreptitiously say, if I was Cammy, why do they like spice all their food with poison?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're vampires.
That would be blood, not poison.
Oh, the food. You said why they poisoned their food.
So I'm looking for any other member of Crisis. Do I see any other member of Crisis?
Okay, so for those of you that have already stated you have discovered there's a problem, speak up, please.
That's me, right?
Yeah, you and anyone previous that I have told to speak up.
You didn't say speak up. What do you mean?
I'm waiting for them to speak up.
Hurrah!
I'm lost and confused here. I found some tainted food.
Okay, so suddenly
and I'm trying to
you find yourself lost and confused, and you say, "This don't taste right." What do you do?
Okay, Victor, I announced about poison previously. If
Yeah,
you
I
mean
understand.
me, but...
And this is why I was saying anyone that spoke up previously, speak up.
Well, you didn't say speak up previously. You said who I talked to previously. And I'm saying, do you mean me? And
yes, I meant you. Yes.
The vague innuendo is not helpful.
I'm sorry. I thought it was really clear. Those
Not
of you
even
that
close.
said that I acknowledged, yes, you figured it out. Is that clear enough?
He says that there's poison. I say, yeah, it was on the Western Empire table. There was poison.
No.
And Hannah says that.
No. Every bit of food, the pigs that were served to the Westerns, is poisoned with something. I don't know what it is because I don't know poisons, but I know that there's something in every single bit of pig meat served to them.
By the way, at this point, give me 8d6.
8?
Yes.
All right.
Will I notice that he's been affected by something?
Give me a perception roll.
With a bonus based on my use and recognize poison?
Yep.
25 on that 8d6.
I'm sorry. So that's what you take SDZ/hit points.
Okay.
I got a 12.
Over.
Not a 14 or higher, so no.
All I can see is one of those icons from the WoW bears that are all diseased out of the Western hinterlands, and they've got like the bits hanging out in patches.
So it's the first percentage or the second percentage if I'm trying to determine the poison in that pig.
And so if I'm wrong on the roll, tell me.
I think I might have just poisoned myself.
Okay. Shit.
You actually have to eat it to do the detect?
That full damage I take?
Yep.
Real quick,
yeah.
I know I'm not like scarfing down a whole lot of food, but over what kind of time frame has this damage happened?
Literally within 5 minutes.
Okay, well then I get to roll my heal over those 5 minutes.
Yes.
You get all your bonuses in human form too?
He does.
I'm not in human form.
But yes, he would if he was in human form as well.
All right, here's all the healing that would happen over 5 minutes.
Yep. So take that back.
And that's the reason I didn't notice anything, you bastard.
Exactly.
Because as I was being hurt, I knew I was being hurt, but then I healed almost instantly.
Mm-hmm.
That's Okay,
that is a pro and a con in this current situation. Yes,
it was so little damage I probably wasn't noticing it.
exactly.
But then, as I did start to feel some indigestion finally, and like, that didn't taste right. That's not that sweet, supple pig flesh that I have learned to enjoy. That was something nasty, and it's going to give me the shits like crazy later. So, Hannah.
I collapse to the table and say quietly, ow.
Hannah.
She said, ow.
Hannah, you don't collapse on the table. You're flying around. Why aren't you flying around? Hannah. Okay, I
go away.
Top of my lungs yell out, Indorus, Xerxes, I could use some help over here, and I'm just bellowing. Everyone can hear me.
Yeah.
Well, if I could hear, I'll
yeah,
back
you
the other
definitely
way
can hear.
with my hands.
You have to be
with open
deep
wrap.
not to hear me.
Yeah.
Judea jumps
Do
up,
I get to
throws
act
the book
now?
in his pack and runs over to see what's going on.
Xerxes, go ahead.
I'll come over and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Actually,
there's hurt. Go ahead.
Larry will prevent you from putting that back in your pack.
Okay, I just hold in one hand and run over and see what's going on then.
Yeah.
Larry.
And Larry puts it into his pack.
And Alanu says, obviously, this was the wrong idea. We will meet when all of you can act as adults and not try and kill any of your opposition. And suddenly there's a barrier to go anywhere near Alanu or the estates, and people start heading towards their ships. Do you wish to prevent anyone from heading to their ships?
No, but I want to gather Crisis together and have a quiet word with them.
Okay. Anyone other than anyone in Crisis have any objections to Jadir's
I don't even
plan?
know where I am.
Yeah.
So I can't say
Well,
anything.
whoever shows up.
I've been skipped over at least so many times that I've stopped
I'm
caring.
not trying to not
Same.
skip over. I'm just saying, anyone have any objection to Crisis having a meeting?
Are they leaving for good? No more talk?
Yes. Yeah. So
Really,
anyone want to
obviously
start the talks before they are suspended?
Well, I shouldn't have been suspended because I'm not even there.
I'm just I'm stating that Alanu is trying to suspend the talks. Is there someone that wishes them not to be suspended?
When you say suspended, do you mean like pulled off forever?
Yeah, overdone forever.
Not just till a later date?
Well, there may be a later date, but they are not current.
To the suspensions.
Okay, so no name?
What?
Xerxes?
No. Oh. Hi, I just said no name. What?
I object to
Okay,
the suspension.
So, all right, so talk to me.
Well, I'm not there, but it's...
No, you are there.
No, you took me away. You said...
You are there. Talk to me.
All this happened while... I would have prevented it.
You are there. Talk to me now.
If I saw people acting out in front of royal dignitaries and leaders, I would have told them to behave because they're better than that. So
Yeah.
if I was still there, that's what I would have done, and I would have prevented a lot of this behavior from happening.
No, you would have made the attempt. Give me a roll with your MA.
I would do everything in my power. It wouldn't even. It'd be on top of MA.
Okay.
Because my MA is garbage.
All right. So roll well.
Over it, you said? Or under?
Just give me a roll.
What
Give
are
me
you
a
talking-
high roll.
Okay.
All right. A number of people of significant power speak up and say, Alanu, the Western Empire wishes to negotiate. We do not wish to leave the table.
Shadir will throw a charismatic aura and jump up next to No Name and say, "Wait, people, aren't you here, for peace and for trade? Let not the people succeed who are trying to do the poisoning. You're just letting them win."
All right. Good job, Jadir. Give me a percentage roll. Well, Rachel, nicely done. And more of the delegations do not withdraw. Anyone else?
Xerxes steps forward. Xerxes will step forward and hold his hand up that has the 2 rings on it. I'm pretty sure you all remember that all of your nations came together at one point in a competition. And the best and brightest that you had in magic and physical sports and deadly duelists all came together in peace and free will. There's no reason why learned men, wise men, brave men and women cannot do the same thing over a table to settle a peaceful agreement. Let not physicality and war be the only way in which you meet.
Roll under 40%. Good luck.
Give me a second. Pulling it.
Hannah, I know, and I'm sorry. Ouch.
Well, I'm just worried that it might hit me a second time. I don't know whatever poison you've got, so it's like...
Yes, that will depend on the successes currently.
Well, what the hell? I'll blow a luck point for this.
Please. There you go. Nice.
I got one luck point left.
Spent. And
I'm done for luck points for the game. I've already spent
everyone sits back down upon the table, and Lanu says, reasonableness. This is much better. I shall ask that a member of Crisis speaks for each side. Xerxes, you shall speak for the East. No Name, you shall speak for the West. Hannah, you shall speak for those unattended. And Shadir, you shall speak for those disenfranchised. Each of you shall then speak. So, all the 4 of you, give me a 20-sided die roll. We'll put it into the turn order of their said.
What, nobody wants me speaking for him?
Sorry, Ursus.
You're going to have to kill and return the turn order. It's Hank.
Did Roll20 glitch out? Because mine's permanently saying, oh no.
Oh, no, there you go.
It was saying
Hannah, you were first.
But yeah, the turn order is blank. I'm just mentioning.
Yeah, no, I understand.
We need to know what the talks are about.
The talks are about as you wish. The talks to be about.
You said it's a peace talk.
It is. You're speaking for each side?
Well,
It is assumed that you know.
I say that I vote that for a moment we consult with the delegation we're representing to find out what they want us to discuss.
And there is much clapping and encouragement upon this. And each side tells you that they want the most, that the best deal for each side is the bottom line, both monetarily and physically, and that you shall negotiate for each side.
You guys thinking what I'm thinking?
Okay, quickly out of character, since we would have gotten this from these individuals.
Yes.
What exactly are we negotiating? Are we negotiating?
You're basically negotiating not only borders, but aggression. You were basically negotiating who owns what and who has what.
So who's not here?
Good question.
Timuro?
Because I'm representing everybody who's not here.
You are partially negotiating for Timuro. You were also negotiating for the Old Kingdom. In other words, the elves. So those are the two kingdoms that you are personally negotiating for.
And the northern territories are here then?
The northern are negotiated by whom?
Sorry, I missed that. That must be...
You didn't say.
No. Most likely the disenfranchised, which was Jadir, right?
So Jadir, you have the northern wilderness, and so the Wolfen Empire, and you also have the northern hinterlands.
I second Hannah's motion of being able to consult with our areas.
Yeah, you already have.
We've already consulted. I was just, yeah.
And they haven't. We don't have any specifics about what they want other than more everything. My suggestion, I guess.
They all have the negotiation tactic of more.
I make the suggestion that we perhaps, as an opening starting point of negotiations, we suspend the placement of borders to where they currently are exactly. No movement either way.
And Alanu says, I'm sorry that has already been progressed. This is where we are.
But the main question is, what about the disputed territory? I mean, who gets that, since that's claimed by both equally?
It is part of this negotiation.
Currently occupied.
And since I speak for the Eastern Territories, when we get to that point, I will talk about it.
And since there is already someone that speaks for the Northern Wilderness, they will talk about that as well.
I hope so.
Correct? Northern Wilderness person?
That's Jadir.
Is it? So that's the
Yeah.
yes, as best I can, since we don't have specific information.
Good luck.
What was the fourth group?
I'd also, other than proposing that the borders be settled on where they're occupied currently, perhaps we should have equal guardianship over either side of all these borders, so that, say, they're allowed 10 squads on one border, then the other side should have the exact equal amount to patrol and enforce whatever we decide here.
But won't that end up bringing us back to the same point we are now, with armies arranged on either side of the border and just waiting upon a spark to ignite a conflict?
I'm not talking no armies, just like scouts. You know, I don't expect people not to have a certain number of scouts or groups going along the border, keeping the peace.
And Delano speaks up at this point and says, so am I to understand that no one is truly prepared?
Can I use history?
Please.
And I will meet with my group as needed if I need to.
Okay. So meet with your group before you make a roll.
Okay. I'll meet with my group. Do you want me to roll again?
I
Wait a
will
minute. Why aren't
actually
you
ask
giving
you to
him
roll
something
again
different
after you
than-
have had a discussion with the group here.
Okay. I have history, and I might be able to enlighten you guys on what your groups would want.
You're not the only one with history.
Okay, well then.
My only question is, when everyone else asked if they could meet with their group and discuss what they wanted, they were given a cardboard cutter answer, and you're being given something different over skills.
I'm rethinking this to let Crisis talk about it.
In other words, so that we can get more information.
In other words, I wasn't happy with how everyone was feeling about this, and I'm letting you guys figure it out.
We have professional diplomats sitting here.
And I'm also well more in meaning to include the ridiculously historical monk into the conversation. And let you all discuss this. Jason.
All isn't going to be all.
No, all will be all, because quite frankly, Ursus, you do come with some sort of understanding of your historical peoples.
Okay.
And you should participate.
Oh, okay.
No offense to us, but shouldn't they all choose a representative who's an actual diplomat from each of their groups to talk for them?
Here's the funny part. You're going to shout them down because, well, you're Crisis.
No. Why would I do that to the people I'm trying to gain acceptance from?
It just...
That seems to be the rudest thing you could possibly ask us to do, to tell the people that just came here for trade talks, survived an assassination attempt that, hey, we're Crisis, we're clearly more qualified to do this than you, but forget all the stuff we burned and destroyed in the wake of destruction we've caused across Palladium. That's the most retarded thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I agree.
Except the thing of it is we didn't put ourselves up there. Alano put us up there, and then we were met by approbation by the people we were supposed to be supporting.
And then Alano's saying that we're not prepared, but yet we've not had any time to actually talk with these delegations, have the individual meetings about how to best represent their interests before we go at each other's throats in a verbal dialogue?
And Brian, I'm not discounting your statement, which is logical and 100% normal. I'm just saying that you guys have achieved the hero status at this point to decide where the world may or may not live. And this is your proposal as Crisis in your current status. Regardless of whether or not it's right or wrong, this is the current level of achievement that this group has occurred, that they basically get to propose what is right or wrong with the world in this area that they have traveled in most of their time.
So using your experience to say what is the greater
using your
good here.
history as well, Larry.
You're asking us to look at numerous different issues in one big thing and answer a statement. It's not really a question. It's you need to break it down into more manageable points.
Yep. And
or maybe we do. I mean,
and you do, not me. You do. You get to decide where this all comes out.
Can I say something?
Please.
Sure.
This is out of character.
Yeah.
But Ursus, who purposely shunned himself from as much society as possible, only rarely going into a town or village or whatever for minor trade if needed, is going to
make more of a decision that you are righteously supposed to because of the fact that you have joined this group. And I'm not saying it's fair. There are certain members. There are certain members of this group that have kind of like pushed politically to make these decisions. There are members of this group that have said, "I don't want anything to do with any politics."
And
here's a point, Ursus. Here's a point. Why is it that you didn't want to go into any of these things? What was wrong with those civilizations that you could change now?
It had nothing to do with the civilizations. It had to do with myself. It's clear in my character bio.
Yeah, out of character. He's a werebear.
Maybe that's why he's not representing a country.
And out of character, I understand this, but in character, he's now a member of Crisis, and he has far more legitimacy as to where the world goes than he probably should. 100%.
And his bio recorded an invasion that happened with a civilization that you clearly felt was wrong.
Right. And I took it was to him it was a special relationship with this particular small village that he felt he was a protectorate of. And that's why he interfered. People were being, slaughtered as sacrifices. It's one thing to kill for need. They were killing to appease a god or their own self-righteous or whatever. That's what his issue was. And that's why.
Is this an isolated event? Or do you feel that this is happening throughout Palladium Entire?
He doesn't know because he's not worldly.
Correct. So, completely outside of everything, Chris, can we take 25?
25-minute break?
Yeah.
It's however long you guys want to take.
Which basically means in 15 minutes, I'm going to come back personally and talk to everyone. I expect some people to take 5 or take 10 personally, but at least the 15-minute mark, there's some conversation already going, and I will be available to answer questions at the 15-minute mark.
So, I'm a little confused on this. You've got something you gotta do, or we're talking amongst ourselves?
In other words, I'd like everyone to take at least 10. And
then come back and have a 15-minute discourse
at
off
the 15
camera.
Minute, and if people want to jumpstart the 15-minute discourse, that's fine.
I think we should keep it on stream, and there's nothing wrong with it.
All right. So, take a 10-minute break, and then everyone needs to be back in 10, and then anyone that jumpstarts the 10, that's fine, but after 10, we're live.
Good prayer.
Am I right? Chris?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Cool.
Okay. We'll be back after
I
this.
will be back in at least 10.
Oh, sorry. Alright, we will be right back.
After these messages.
Alright, we are back. Let's go ahead and rejoin the call. A little bit early, but oh well.
I have got nothing. I am coming back from a break, and I'm going to go live.
We are live.
We are live. Okay, so there we go. So what's the decision?
I thought we were going to sit down and actually have the talks now.
Oh, yeah. No. The talks have already had. That was the break.
Oh, I couldn't have talked during the break.
Jeez.
That was unfair to me.
Okay, so I guess we're having the talks now.
Okay.
Right.
Since Alanu mentioned the borders are coming up, do we want to discuss that specific topic now? And then we'll move on to other topics after we finish this one.
I'm fine with it.
Sure, I've had a couple ideas.
All right. Let's hear them. Who wants to go first for their border issues? Western Empire, because I think you might be the one who probably has the least to worry about in that regard. I could be wrong, and I'm sorry if I am.
Right now, it seems like everything's kind of stable. The only weird thing is that if you look on the map, they've got like a nice little chunk right above Yinslath jungles, which is kind of funny.
Right, the out of character. I know it's the Galvarius province.
Yeah, but I understand because then it basically landlocks that whole little sea there. I mean, it locks it in under their kingdom. Honestly, I think they would be happy with what they're at. If anything, they might try to bring in Isle of Cyclops under them, but that won't happen because obviously that's not the case.
Now I know they. And Victor, I'm sorry if I say anything out of character. Just stop me. I know they have some area in the northern continent, so in the Ophids lands.
I'm
saw
not
maps.
seeing that on my map, but maybe there's a different
Not
map.
out of character. I'm fine with this suggestion, but yeah.
Did they want to pursue anything further north?
Well, obviously, if you give them the option to, they're gonna want more land. They might even try to go for some of the land of the damned.
Who incidentally represents the northern territories and Byzantium?
Does that come under Judy's area? Or?
I mean, Ophids would be nice to have for the Western Empire. But that would be detrimental to, if you think about it.
Well, I'm trying to make sure we don't
Isn't
encroach.
Ophids its own land?
Yeah, it's its own land, but I'm saying if we took the southern part...
There's not really a lot of leadership there.
If I took the southern part,
right.
That means I could cut off... I can basically create a blockade ocean-wise to Phi and Lopan.
In that regard, you would be talking to the Eastern Territories. If you would be willing to concede a portion of the straits as a waterway for free access for trade,
you would give me part of the Ophids?
I would not stop you, because I know the Eastern Territories has on some maps small enclaves in the northern area, not nearly as large as what the Western Empire has, and they are very tiny. But I'm hoping that if we can work together and there's a channel of traffic that doesn't come too close to anyone's land borders, we could still facilitate trade between our two nations.
Yeah. Part of it, too, is it would be nice to have, speaking of Western, it'd be nice to have some of the Old Kingdom, if I was Western, to have that land trade with Timur.
And I think we would like to say the same land trade as well. Maybe if both the Eastern and Western committed forces to ensuring peaceful trade routes, in other words, something dedicated. Because we know the Old Kingdom territories, and coming from the Balgor myself, I know how violent the nature area can be. If we can try to work together to establish trade routes that can be used not only by the Western to facilitate to Timro, but by Eastern to facilitate to Timro, and then vice versa, and guaranteed protection for them, then we can promote a stable trade. And commerce can pass back and forth between all three of our countries.
Let me... Is there a way to bring up the world map on Roll20, Victor?
Hey, Victor, can you make can you put a thing up as a background to make the map like a screen, and then we can have it on Roll20 while we're talking? Because we can mark up the map then.
I'm concerned about making decisions for countries that aren't represented, like the Old Kingdoms.
It would be
we can't
very
decide.
The only place I know in the Old Kingdoms that would need representation, and I admit my knowledge is not great, is Solistan.
Here's the thing, though, is my character was tasked with looking out for the monster races.
And as far as the Ophids
go,
just because they live in tribes and not in big cities doesn't mean they aren't very protective of their country, and we can't just say,
I'm sorry, I don't want to get this wrong. Who's the representative for those who couldn't show up?
That'd be Hannah.
That was Hannah.
Okay, then, based on what we're talking about, is there a way, Hannah, that you could help us make sure that we don't screw over someone who can't get here?
Crisis, I have to mention, I mean, what you guys are speaking of is I agree with what Xerxes was saying in the very beginning. This is crazy talk. I mean, the eyes that are watching us now, as you guys speak, we're making decisions that really, I mean, if you think about it, it's exactly what Xerxes is saying. Is if we make these decisions, we're going to be held accountable for them. It's not the people. We're not being elected. This is madness.
Which is why I said it's the perfect decision for all the dignitaries who are here. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, they get to blame us. Why else would they agree to it? It leaves them completely blame-free.
I think the dark has crept into this room here. Do you not feel that there's some sort of setup here? I mean,
yeah, I've just been stating it.
That's why I
that's why I'm saying
crisis, but I was not given the opportunity because everyone was suddenly leaving.
And I fear that the snake is closer to us than is presumed. I mean, think about it. Think about it. I dare not speak like too strongly of our host, but who is it that has put you in the position to make these decisions for these people?
I assume we can't be having this conversation out in front of everyone.
Think about it. Think about it. Who could have poisoned the food? Who could have poisoned the food and got away with it?
Larry, there's a reason we're not having this conversation out in open.
I think our very lives right now are being challenged.
Victor, I actually think there's some clarification it needs. Are we having this discussion out in the garden in front of all these dignitaries, and then stating that we all think we've just been made patsies of every nation?
I assume so.
Well, that's why I'm interrupting and saying, no, I'm not having this conversation.
There are no separate rooms. I thought I was very clear in stating that you all were where you are.
If that was the case, I bet Western Empire was like, yes, give us all the land that you want. They're like, yes, we chose the perfect guy.
My mind is being blown right now. I mean, to think
Do
about
I have
this,
to put my hand over Larry's mouth and say, shh? We're in public.
Well, I am hushing myself, but yes, it's hard to contain what I'm trying to say here.
We heard you.
The Judea has spoken.
I guess my question is, are you requesting a private room between Crisis and whom specifically?
Crisis and Crisis.
Crisis and Crisis? Okay, that's easy.
Because right now we're speaking, trying to speak privately, but in this large banquet hall. Is that correct, GM?
There is no such thing as privately
open air
and
banquet area.
large.
Can we have 10 minutes in a private room, at which time you all send in your chosen representatives to talk with your groups?
All of you can have 10 minutes starting now. It's
Okay.
10:49.
First thing I say is, I totally agree with you. I was really wondering why, one, we have not seen Rose, who supposedly stopped poisoning happening, and it had happened immediately a second time straight away. So, yes, I'm absolutely questioning Alanu and why won't, what's going on.
Did I ever notice?
We're given a private room by whom? Who's giving us this private room?
Well, it would be Alanu.
If Alanu's giving it,
it's his house. There's no getting away from that notion.
We can magically and sonically fortify the room to know that we're safe. We're
just
check.
Wasting time.
In other words, let's consider it magically and psionically fortified that there's no other people listening. Done. Go.
Geographically,
why are we bothering? We go out there, we tell these folks, y'all are fools for having
because the
us do
stakes
this.
are up for peace between all these countries. So whether it's foolish or not, we should try.
Are there why don't we just create the European Union and just do one common currency and, set that as the standard.
Can
then,
anyone 100% verify that Alanu is Alanu? And not under influence? Because he does seem to be trying to shut it down.
I have known Alanu before, and I've known his brother. He seems to be who I knew before.
I think it really is, unfortunately, an issue of a perfect scapegoat. Either we're going to come up with this answer that none of these politicians have thought about because we don't think like them, or we're going to be we're not following that advice. These people weren't obviously politicians, and then they look smart for walking away from the table. It's literally just that. We are the perfect patsy. Either we're brilliant and they were brilliant for listening to us, or we're fools and they were brilliant for not listening to us. They win.
So
let me ask you this.
And there are certain people absent in here that you should be paying attention to.
Are all the process members here?
Oh, no. No, the only people that have been named are the Western Territory, the Western Empire and the Eastern Territories. Those are the only people that have been named.
You're right. The rest were the disenfranchised and the ones who were not able to attend.
You know what's funny? Is then if both of them were allied, they could take out the Northern Wilderness.
They could take out the Northern Wilderness,
the whole world,
Byzantium, etc.
So no one else feels the need to discuss the second poisoning or Alanu's seeming to want to shut these talks down?
Hang on.
Andrew, go ahead.
The three people speaking Northern, what group were they with?
Good question.
I saw them. I saw them sitting in a particular table with a particular group of people.
They all seem to be human.
That's all he knows is they were human.
Either Byzantium or Abramstown.
Real quick, go back.
Mm-hmm.
We know there were ships from the Western Empire.
Yep.
Ships from the Eastern
and
Empire.
Byzantium.
Mm-hmm. There were ships from the Byzantium, and then 3 ships of unknown territories, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So
the Byzantians were sent away.
Yeah, the Byzantium contingent was sent away, and the Lornian contingent was sent away.
But Lorne is out of the Western, right?
Mm-mm.
No, Lorne's an Eastern Territory area.
Correct.
So it's just the Haven group, this is all coming from, the one person who has the least clue.
Yes, but you're actually making the most sense currently. Keep going.
Well,
the New Crest and the Haven are the only ones left from the Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
The entire Western, well, actually, it's only the Middle Kingdom Western Empire that was shipped, and the Byzantiums were dismissed. But who were the unknowns?
I don't know who the last 2 were, because there was 2 from Lorne, there was 2 from Byzantium that were dismissed, but there was 6 people sent away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there was 1 Western, 1 Eastern. That accounts for all 6.
No. There was 2 from Lorne, 2 from Byzantium, and 2 more that were...
Other than... Oh, an additional 6, so there was 8 total.
Not an additional 6. There was 6. There was 2, 1, 2 from Lorne. 3, 4 came from Byzantium. 5 and 6 are not determined by nationality. But they were sent away.
The Western and the Eastern guy were already named in one of those 2 groups.
Were they male or female?
Victor, is that correct?
So, at current, there are 2 members from, because of the ridiculous